Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to another live stream on Plug Talk 4. Y'all know I got my hitters in the building today. D Marachi, Mimi, and Love. We missing one of our compadres. That seems to be an ongoing theme here now. I don't think we ever gonna have the crew together as a five again, huh? Golly. But I hope everything okay with her. 'Cause she just told me she had a little emergency. I don't know what it is, but hopefully everything all right with her. Go ahead, drop your handles, introduce yourself, Demarachi, and then we'll take it to the ladies after that. Well, you know what,
Yeah.
ladies first. Let's start with Love, man. My bad, broski.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Plug Talk 4. It's a pleasure to be here. And you guys can find me at on Instagram at Really Lavette Love. Also online, you can Google my name and see my businesses and the services I provide. Reach out if you guys need any assistance.
I thought you wouldn't take no more clients like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I said I need two more.
Oh, you still ain't got that too?
No, not yet.
She needs two more clients, y'all, man. Get with Love. She does great work. Mimi, you up?
All right, y'all. It's Mimi. Thank y'all for having me again. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Muva Maya. That's MUV as in Victor, AMAYAA. And y'all can follow me on all my other streaming platforms. And thank y'all. I'm excited for today.
Yay, yay.
All
All
right.
right.
All
D Marachi, Plug Talk 4 on IG. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video along with our other lives and other videos that we've done. We're putting out good work, good quality. That's basically it.
Cool. Um, Unfortunately, a great topic was brought to my attention a few minutes before we got started. That seemed real interesting to talk about. Guess we're gonna try to do that another time, maybe next week, y'all, or if y'all available, maybe this weekend we might can chime in and get a good hour in. What y'all think on the Chicago situation?
We
Uh,
could we could see for sure. We got to check our schedules.
Yeah, I know everybody on here busy, but me, I'm the only motherfucker don't got shit going on the weekend. I ain't got no wife, no woman. I just be sitting back counting my lucky dimes like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, you got nephews then if you Scrooge. You got the nephews to keep you busy.
I got a bunch of them. They don't live in L.A. though. I'm the only one of my family that is in L.A. I don't have no family out here.
Mm,
Nobody. Everybody in Ohio and Atlanta.
you got to bring them out here.
I be trying, but they busy too. They don't, they ain't got time for me neither, man.
It's all right. We going to work it out.
Nah, I was told it's lonely on top. I'm prepared.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing. That's at least you know.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
was
it don't
told.
stay like that too long.
Nah, man, shit, I'm good if it do. Life's great.
That's
Life's great.
good.
Um,
Contentment is good.
yeah, for sure. Um, I try to make sure that everybody can bring in topics. I just don't want to do what I'm thinking all the time. So thanks. Just a little too late on that topic, love. But damn, I wish I would have had a little bit more time to peep that earlier. We could have set everything up. But I think Mimi brought to my attention a great topic that I think is worth talking about from the perspective of the men more so. So Mimi, I would love for you to introduce the topic, and we should probably start with D Marachi first on the topic after you read it to us.
okay. So now in like this generation, we see a lot of the times the men that are providers that pay all the bills that are financially the providers like 100%. A lot of the times they tend to feel like they can do a lot more on the side because they provide. Maybe they'll have a side thing, maybe they'll have two. Now, on the contrary, if your woman was the full financial provider, she paid the household bills, she paid your personal bills. I'm talking tires, I'm talking oil change, your phone bill, your car note, insurance. If she came to you and said, "Babe, I just want to have a man on the side since since I'm, the provider in this household." Would you let her have a side nigga? Or are you shutting that shit down immediately? Or are you open for compromise? Like, let me know, Dimarachi, what's on your mind?
That's hilarious.
Is
We
she
gotta
is she's
see.
the full provider?
I'm talking full provider. You don't gotta work another day in your life if you don't want to.
We talking that Oprah money, man.
I mean, related to the topic, I'm like, most guys they will go for that at the end of the day. They would
Mm-hmm.
definitely go because sex to us, we're not emotionally attached like that when it comes to sex. So we wouldn't care in that scenario. So we would go for it. Now, if you're asking me personally, nah, I wouldn't. But most guys they would go for that.
You wouldn't go for it? And why wouldn't you go for it though? Like, is it because you feel like you're just like a man and you just can't go for that? Like what, like why aren't you going for it?
I mean, because in this one, I'm dating with like a purpose at the end of the
Right.
day, and I'm more
Mhm.
of like one man, one woman, and that's how we're rocking at the end of the day. Me personally, so I wouldn't go for that.
But what if she's like telling you as a courtesy? What if she's like, you never would know if she didn't tell you?
That's the
But
case
they,
for most of us anyway. Shit.
but she's letting you know in advance, like, hey, can I get a nigga on the side? But when she gets that man, you never that he doesn't exist. You still think it's you and her, but you know it's a nigga on the side, but it don't stop what y'all got going on. You still not going for it.
Nah, I'm not. I'm me personally. Nah, I'm not going
Okay,
for
he's
that.
standing on business. He's
I'm
standing
not
on
going.
business. He said he's not going for it. All right, all right.
I mean,
Love,
but
what you thinking?
Let's see. I guess for me, I'm coming from a perspective of like on the woman's side, if I think a
Mhm.
man should allow that or not.
But yeah, allow it, or would you even ask your man that?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
is that even a question you would ask your man?
I would
Or
say I would say in general, I mean,
Oh, hold on one second, love. So
okay,
you're
go ahead.
reversing it. You're reversing it when it comes to y'all.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
unfair
How?
because you're changing the question. Then
Well, what's the okay,
I
so say the question again from
Okay. Would
like
from
you
your
allow
because I'm not a
perspective,
man, so I can't say that yes, I would, I'm not a
okay,
man.
but you, both of you. No, you don't, Mimi. But you have a son. Would you allow your son to be in that situation if you could have any type of say so in it?
Would I allow my son to be in the situation? Let's make it more general since we're not talking about ourselves.
Okay, cool. A
Let's say,
brother,
would a
a
woman
uncle.
allow her son? Do I think a woman would allow her son to be in that situation?
No, say
Um,
your best friend that you knew for your whole fucking life. Good dude's been one of your main partners growing up. You know what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
But you see him in this type of situation. What would you tell him?
I would tell him, I mean, everybody should know love by now. I believe in, order when it comes to relationships, and also that men, no matter really how much they make or how much the women make, I think a man still have a role. Like, it don't take money to do really the role of a man, except for the financial part, yes, which is kind
Mhm.
of big. But what I'm saying is, I think that it wouldn't be right, like, for a man to allow a woman to step out.
But she
But
paying for everything.
I know. But what I would say is, I mean, it'll get to the point where eventually he'll start feeling like a puppet or something. It's basically like a sugar mama type of situation. Like,
I said,
yeah, it's kind of
essentially,
like that. But
essentially,
yeah.
that's what it's starting to be. Yeah.
There is a plethora of men. I would say at least 30 to 40% that I know a few niggas that use women in that type of way.
Mhm.
I know niggas that get big bitches around this time of year because they know that income tax check about to drop in the January, February.
Mm. That's
Yep.
horrible.
That
What
is
kind
so
of, like, it is? I mean, I don't know. That
users.
I just think that what type of, I don't know. Like, who raised you to be like that? Like, I don't know. I think it always gets to, I know there's times in people's life where it's like a survival type thing, but after a while, even using somebody after a while, it's just like, come on. Like, I mean, I don't know. Some people really like that though, I guess, like you're saying, people like that. But being a user, I don't know. Sometimes that it turn around, like, you're not really gonna prosper like that. It's different if it's an agreement between the man and the woman. Like, if the woman and the man understand that they have an open relationship and the man is cool with that, which there are a lot of arranged marriage type situations even outside of our culture. It is arrangements, and there are like marriages that's more like business agreements. Probably like 55% of them are like business agreements. So I think, what, like D Marachi said, it's all about the purpose of the relationship. Like, what is the
Mhm.
actual, what
Goal,
are
the
we
end
doing?
goal. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Okay, plug. Last but not least.
Man, so this is a fantasy question. So I'm gonna answer it two different ways. A realistic one, which would be my perspective, and then the fantasy. The fantasy, if we talking Oprah, man, I'm not even attracted to Oprah anyway. So I don't want to be the one fucking her. So yeah, go ahead, Stedman, whoever you want to get, 90 different niggas. I don't care. I just want to be a beneficiary if I was in that type of situation. However, I'm not the type of dude that could be in that type of situation realistically. But I'm telling you, I think in a case of like somebody is financially set as an Oprah or a woman who's a multi-millionaire, I think a lot of dudes would do it. They would be more of the simp type of dudes to me, but I think some dudes would do that, especially if we talking about millions. Yes, he get to drive a Maybach truck, got two other cars, all the shit he need, got a mansion. He got his own side of the house. You know, the man cave decked out how he
Mhm.
wants to, movie theater crib. Like, it's not a lot of simp niggas or weak niggas that would turn that down in case she's unadulteratedly hideous. You know what I'm saying? Like, and stank. I think a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't be able to put up with it. Realistically, nah, it's just not even realistic because I think for most men, we get our shit from the mud. So it's really hard for us to accept handouts. You know what I'm
But
saying? And
like, but just because they pay all of your bills doesn't mean that you can't work as well. Get your money, work,
the
make
fuck
your
I'm working
bread.
for? She got 50 million. I'm not working.
Why not?
For
Well,
what?
you don't want to take a handout, but then you don't want to work.
Okay, I'm just speaking from the fantasy
I was
position.
just saying, even from the fantasy,
If,
from
if,
the
if we
fantasy
talking
test.
if we talking fantasy, and you got somebody who's worth 50 million, just say 100 million, right? What are you working for?
Maybe you can create your own brand to create your own legacy. I
That's
don't
true.
know how
Okay,
we haven't put a stipulation on like how old people are. Let's say that we're the age that we are now. I'm 29. You know what I'm saying? More kids can come into the picture, and yeah, it's great to have the Oprah money as the generational wealth. But why not add on to that? You know what I'm saying? Do your own shit. Create your brand. Elevate your brand. Start to move into like other things, real estate,
yeah,
stocks.
a
Maybe
successful
you come
business,
up
a successful business is one of the hardest things to do.
but you
A
ain't have
lot of
nothing but time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people that are rich, they fail at certain businesses, and they start to lose money. Then you got to kind of get out of that situation. I get the concept, like try to build your own brand, but I mean, without having the right type of connections and machine behind you, that's really hard to do unless you got some type of skill set in something. Um, like I said, realistically, for me, it'll never happen. I can't live with a female that has control of me getting in and out that house and tell me I can leave. Like these are just things me as a man I couldn't be able to accept. Not
Mm.
only not only that, like the simple fact is, if it's not love, I'm not doing it. So it can't even go there for me. I think on the contrary, it happens to a lot of women that date a bunch of millionaires because they don't. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I just think in a lot of those situations, um, the women get lazy. Your job is when you have somebody productive enough to make $100 million, or you got an Oprah. Your value to an Oprah is adding value to what she's already has. Your job is her. And I think a lot of cases when you flip this and it's the men, they end up cheating on the wife because she's not fulfilling her job for him. So they have access to a bunch of women, but the woman they have or the woman they chose to marry then got lazy. She done got bougie up in that crib. She got everything she want, and she's not fulfilling that obligation to that man no more. So if it was a situation I just happened to come across somebody I was attracted to, and she was worth 100 million, I wouldn't give a fuck about her money. But my thing would be to make sure that she ain't doing nothing to lose that money or that legacy. My job would be her. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I wouldn't be in that situation, but if I was in that type of situation, hypothetically speaking, my job would be her. I have no time to go give myself to no company, and I got somebody right in front of my face worth $100 million.
Fair point right there.
Yeah,
That was a fair point. I can't lie.
and
You
and
kind of
I'm
got me a
like,
little bit with that one.
this sounds kind of weird for like a man at the end of the day, because as men we have to be purpose driven. We're the one that is purposely, it's our vision. So we're coming into her vision. So we have to kind of, in a sense, go into a feminine role. Like we have to support her. We have to be mild toned to her. Like, and it's just like, nah, not as men. Like we don't get into that type of position. Like that,
It's
like
hard out here. It's
because
hard
we
out here in the streets.
let me say this.
Somebody might be looking for a sugar mama right now, right about now.
Look,
and and
Look
they
at
and they
Paul. It's
may
only about five. I tell you.
they may, but like amongst men, they're not looked at very high. That's why they have the saying like, yo, who wears the pants in the family? You or her. And men say that to other men when they see that type of stuff going on.
do you think
Yeah.
someone could be like a financial provider? Like, hypothetically speaking, like, do y'all think that a woman could be a financial provider and still be a submissive woman to her man?
No,
Nah.
no,
Oh.
No? What you
No.
think, love?
No.
I don't think so either. It's
That's
it's it's that once, yeah, I don't think so. I don't
once you
think
get
so.
that
Of
boss
course,
mentality, it's
women.
hard to back
Yeah,
down to
it's a
somebody.
lot
Yeah,
that goes into that role of the
Hmm.
leader,
Hmm.
and
even if you're not the leader, you're just the financial provider. Corporate America takes a toll on us as human beings that makes you a little bit more masculine. You have to damn near be masculine to survive those environments or to be successful in those environments. You know what
but
I'm
most
saying?
women that have that amount, they not in corporate America. They not working for nobody. They
Well,
probably got their own stuff going on, to hundreds of millions. Corporate America don't really give women that much money.
it depends.
So either way it goes, it's a mentality that is not, you know, if your man is gonna have to, that's, and that go back to that conversation that we have had before regarding why do women want men that are like on the same level as them, or it go back to that conversation because yeah, you guys are right. It's like it's out of order. And if a woman is the one that's financially providing and taking care of everything, especially for a man, then more than likely he ain't gonna be able to tell her nothing. He ain't. She gonna look at him crazy like,
He's scared of
excuse
getting
me,
cut off. Right. He's scared
excuse
of getting
me,
cut off. He
like
ain't
let me
saying
go get
something
me
real.
another little. What did you call those type of men? Plug.
I feel
Let me go get me another one of them type of men. It's
But to me though, I mean, and not to take us off a subject though, but that's what's wrong with women though, because when men are in their rightful position as leaders, we still have that respect for our woman to be the most powerful piece on our chessboard. We value her enough for her to know all the secrets, access to the companies, all the offices. She knows what everything is to have access to it. So she's still put on a pedestal by that man. It seems that when a woman is in that position, she doesn't allow that access. She's not going to put the trust in that man because of maybe he's not successful or maybe because he's not where she's at. You feel what I'm saying? Which to me it's just I don't know. I think that's weird and biased to a certain degree. Because she should still treat that man as a king. I don't give a fuck
And,
how much money she has, and she should utilize that man as a weapon for her.
and also what Mimi was saying as well, like he couldn't just sit back and not do anything. Like he has to do something. He has to get his own money. Whereas a man will be like, yo, you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to work. You can just sit back and, you know, basically do nothing. Just handle the household things. But it's always like a constant, like when you have women that are in elevated position, they want the man to do more. Whereas men don't think like that.
And on the cross
It's like it's
side,
never enough. Go ahead.
yeah, on the cross side, we're not attracted to those women. We're not attracted to those women. We're not attracted to women that make a lot of money. That's not what men require because we're almost raised to be protectors and providers. So we want to protect and provide. If you are making a lot of money and you're a woman, most likely, like we all agreed upon, she's masculine. So therefore, that's not attractive to a nigga who got his shit together.
Right.
yeah. No, I feel
and it
that.
also it also says, like, from one of the studies, that 84% of relationships that are like, and that kind of like are open, or where the woman, is stepping out, um that jealousy is the primary issue.
What
Mhm.
you mean?
So, like, in this case, the jealousy, 80, it's saying 84% of the reason why those type of relationships don't work is because one of the primary issues is jealousy, meaning like we could, talk about it and you could say it's okay, but after a while it ain't gonna work because somebody's gonna get jealous.
You saying for men that's with wealthy women?
Uh-huh. Yeah, in this case. Yeah.
I don't
They
buy
said
that.
84%. 84% of those relationships, those type of relationships don't work, which makes sense because like you guys said, it's not that many men that's going to be willing to even be in that type of role.
Right.
So,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
it's not a jealousy thing though. I've seen more situations where it's the opposite, where you got a pretty fine ass female and she's jealous of the attention her husband gets. It's a case like Aisha Curry and Steph Curry, right? Like she's almost jealous of him because she don't get the attention when they go out. Nobody knows her for real. We only know her because of Steph. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think too many men are going to be jealous of a woman they with.
No, no, not jealous of the woman, jealous of the person that she's also spending money on. Not the person in the relationship, not jealous of each other. Because remember, Mimi was saying, would a
Oh, you said the
man,
side nigga?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that nigga got a Maybach like me. I'm looking like, bitch, what are you doing? Put that nigga a Range Rover or something. No
Exactly.
Maybach? Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't
Which
be
that makes
thinking.
sense because that's a part of a man's nature, you
Well,
know.
I mean, nah, it go both ways, because if you was a female allowing that because you with a $500 million nigga, you're not gonna want the side bitch to be pushing better cars than you neither.
Of course.
You're not gonna want her to
It
have
go
the
both
red bottle.
ways.
Yeah, you ain't gonna want her to have the red bottles before you buy them for you.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, that's
But
just a
they
respect
saying that's
thing.
one of the main reasons why those type of relationships don't work.
Jealousy.
If it's Oprah, Stammy can buy. Hey, she can buy that nigga whatever she wants. You ain't gotta buy me shit, Oprah. Just give me an account with about 25 million in it. You won't hear from me for a year.
Inconvenience fee.
She said,
Hilarious.
I said, let's move on, man. What you got for us, Versace?
Yeah, man. So it says a high value man doesn't want to date single mothers.
Ah, shit.
Here you go.
Was when I asked that question about would you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother is not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you. That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to women out there who have children.
All right, so just because it's a cycle, I wanted to continue.
It doesn't have to continue.
So what I'm saying is that
it's more about why would you cut off and say that single women are not on the same level?
What you're supposed to learn from is history. So you're a very
What's that
intelligent.
got to do?
You're a very intelligent woman. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
So if you know, as a woman growing up, you know there's a less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child. So what you do, you be more proactive. Using condoms.
What's that got to do with your choice?
Okay, if you're getting pregnant, then all right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't continue having this child because I'm not getting married. A better chance of me having a successful life.
You're speaking of
finding a man. That's what I'm
Excuse me.
thinking.
So you were raised by a single mother.
Yes.
Is your mother still
struggled.
alive?
I struggle. My mom's still
Did
alive.
she struggle or did you struggle?
Both of us struggle.
Okay, so your words
Question.
that echoed all around social media, and I want to make sure that we have this clearly, were, I'm a high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother.
Yeah,
Did I have that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we sell it.
Right. So what makes you think you're a high value man? The car you drive?
No.
God.
You are
What about your character?
I have great character. I built myself to basically have better choices. You want to know why? Because women can choose and make a choice.
They can
say, I don't want to date a man that makes less than 6 figures.
They can.
And then what are you doing?
But we're not talking about that. That's not the situation at hand. That's not the
Women can say, I
conversation.
want to date a man less than 5'8". and the man could be 5'4". Do they care about
What does that have to do
ostracizing all of those
with
men?
anything?
If a fat man is sitting here, he can be a fat man. But if a fat woman is sitting here, no, you're body positive. Oh, no, we can't say that. It's all about picking her up. So every time you're saying something for a man,
Bro,
it's down.
you got a lot on your back.
Yeah,
okay? So what I want to be clear, not just for you, but for everybody out there, is the car you drive, your resume, your bank account, your accolades is not what makes you a high value man.
Definitely not.
We are all defined by the sum of our deeds and our character. And you, brother, are coming up to the sum of zero.
Shut your dumb ass up,
Woo!
man. That host was just out of line, man. I hate ignorant hosts like that. Like, you gotta, as a host, you can't take nothing personal. She personally attacked him. She shamed him. The man said, no, I have great character because of A, B, and C. And she overlooked that and broke down at the end of the video. So all you're saying is because your cars, your house, your bank account, and your success. That's not what he said. That's just insane. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, y'all, because I just went straight into it. But she made me feel some type of way by the way she attacked that nigga at the end of that video. But I'm gonna say this, man. Everybody's entitled to what your standard is, what you require, what you want, what you're attracted to. Everybody has the right to that. Now, with that right to be choosy, you have to be willing to deal with the consequences. In the case of that brother not wanting a single parent mother, he's probably going to have to date younger. That's what comes with that. So now you got to deal with a lot of more immaturity issues, too. You know what I'm saying? So I just think if that's what he's looking for, I think he has to understand what comes with that. It's going to be hard. He seems like he's about, and I'm just guessing, somewhere between about mid-30s to early 40s. You know, you're going to have to go down about 10, 12 years, man. Most of the women that are over the age of 35, it's not too many of them that are single with no kids. So he has to be willing to accept that. I think in the girl that started the video off, in her case with him saying he didn't want to date her because she has a child, bitch, grow up. You just got to accept that. Everybody's not for everybody. Like, what the fuck are you mad about? That nigga don't want to have to deal with somebody else's child. You can't be mad at that. That's just something that, it's his dating preference. And he's right, man. All the time, man, I've seen women say, oh, I got to have a man that's 6 foot tall, or he got to do this. Those are their dating preferences. I just hope they understand if you ain't a 7 or 8, you probably ain't getting none of that, bitch. So they got to deal with the reality. They probably not going to never get that shit. But I don't think nothing's wrong with dude's dating preferences, especially if he worked his whole life to get to where he's at, to where he can require that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Y'all can go ahead. I mean, not all at once, you guys. Not all at once.
All right. All right, I'll go. Yeah, so like what Plug was saying as far as like the host. The host should have did a better job at asking questions as well. Like, how come he doesn't want to date single mothers? And like has he date single mothers? Like, get more of a perspective. How old is he? Like, ask more questions like that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with him having a preference. And going based off of the video, he wasn't disrespectful about it. He just said that he has a preference in not dating single mothers at the end of the day. So that was his preference at the end of the day. Like, he can say that. And it's like, if you can have women that could say, I don't want a man that's under 6 feet or weighs this amount or makes this amount, why can't he say that if he's being respectful at the end of the day? As far as like his mother being a single mother, he lived with her, so he knows the struggles that she went through, and the host was also saying, did you struggle or did he struggle? It's like we both did. Like I wasn't eating that night, or I went through the same things, just like
Yeah,
she.
that was a dumbass question for her, man. She was weird, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a lot. I want to hear you guys' opinion, and then I'll chime
Before
in and I'll
y'all
say
go,
more.
I do like the point that he mentioned though, like breaking those generational curses, not repeating the same thing because you can't. Like it seemed to me that first girl tried to justify by saying, "Well, how you not gonna date single mothers and you came from one? You don't repeat the same steps. If my dad was a jailbird, does that mean I'm supposed to go to jail too? Hey, come on, that's a childish behavior ass shit, man. Y'all go ahead. My bad, ladies. I just had to get that out.
I just feel like everyone is entitled to have their own dating preference. Nobody has an issue with that. I just feel like it went from his own personal preference went to like the general statement of high value men don't date single moms. And that's not true. That's just this one situation in the, in the whole diagram of things. That's just this one situation. And when it comes to him saying like he wants to break generational curses and cycles and things like that. It's like you don't think that dating a single mom and like marrying a single mom and creating a full household isn't breaking that generational curse?
No,
Or
No, it's
like
not.
no,
how?
No.
You're like restoring a household, literally.
no.
It's not like you're making her a baby mama and then leaving her and then that's what's
No.
causing a new cycle, the same cycle.
One
You're like
one thing
doing
about it.
quite the
One thing.
opposite.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, it's all right, y'all. That was it. Go ahead, y'all.
Um, Mimi, he didn't say high value men don't date single mothers.
You say what?
I said he did not say that high value men don't date single mothers. I don't know if you might have misheard something on there, but he did not.
Oh,
Yeah, no, he didn't say that. But I get you. I can't say. Only thing is like it's difficult, right, for men to step into those type of situations unless they really like love that girl and that girl is just really that dope to him, because you can't really. It's difficult for that man who's not that father to really parent that child the way that he sees suitable because it's not his child, and that mother's going to always have the say so of that. So that's why it's not really breaking a generational curse, because he's not going to have his fingerprint on that child that's not his. Now, as far as creating a family that's his family with that single mother after that child, he can do that, but you always got somebody who's almost like left out. Y'all remember those old sayings like, kids used to say to their dads or moms like, "You treat me like a stepchild." Like that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what that is. That shit comes from that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough because for a man, you might feel like discipline is necessary. The mother may not. And that might have been a thing to stop you guys from making a family and moving on. You get what I'm saying? But now that you're in that situation and you can't call no shots, you're the stepchild. Well, you know what I'm saying in that situation, because you really have no influence on that. My bad. I know Love has been waiting to speak. Don't
Oh,
cuss
it's all
me out,
good.
Love.
It's all good. It's all good. I agree with you guys. I do have I just want to add to what Mimi was saying and what you're saying about restoring the household. If it's a situation, I get what you're saying, Plug, basically saying that the men won't have that much say so. Um, but like in cases like with Sierra and Russell Wilson, in cases like that, he has say so. He took in the son and basically became the father figure.
they just changed his name to Wilson, his last name to Wilson.
They didn't
Oh,
do
okay.
that. Sierra did that out of spite. And that's the biggest smack in the face spit that a woman can do, because that's his son. Like that is so disrespectful. There's nothing cool about that. That shit's not cute. That's still Future's son. You don't change my son's name to no other nigga. That's my son.
But regardless of even the name being changed, I'm just saying that he stepped in when Future and Sierra, obviously they got whatever they got going on, because from my understanding they don't even want to be in the same room. Well, Sierra don't want to be in the same room with him or anything. So
That makes him a
I'm just
simp,
saying,
doesn't it?
I'm just no, what I'm saying is, as far as it doesn't fully restore, meaning like that man is his father, or like they
I'm
have a
like,
household
you're
where the
like mad
child
kids too.
is the father. But I'm saying it is some type of restoration, and men like you said, if a man is rocking with a woman like that, I think that it's a good thing if a man come into a household and that's not the child, like his biological child, but he still has some influence, and he provides the role, the child could see the role being performed properly, then I do think that that is kind of like breaking a curse, because for her child, even though the father, his actual biological father, may not be there, I do think it is actually creating some type of change, is what I'm saying, and positivity.
That's
D.
that
Mar-
selfish shit I was talking about, D. Marachi.
D. Marachi looked like he wanted to say something.
Did you
Well,
did you peep that though?
yeah, it's
So,
not like
before you get started, D. Marachi, when you said that that's a good thing, love, who is it a good thing for?
It's a good thing for the household as a whole, because
Right.
it brings order to the household when a man comes to a household where it's just a mother and a child.
It's three people in that situation, right? The
Yeah.
the, the mother, the child, and the new nigga.
Uh-huh.
That's only beneficial to the mother and the child. It's not beneficial to the new nigga at all.
I'm not saying that the man that's coming in I'm not saying, well, I gave the Future and Sierra situation, but I'm not saying that all dads are like. There's a lot of dads, even statistically. I mean, you have mentioned this several times that, you know, at least in our culture, that there's 70% of single women or something like that you have mentioned before. So I'm sure some of, at probably more than 60, have kids if they of a certain age. So if a man comes into that household and brings that household into a order, I'm not saying that the father isn't going to still be a father. I think it brings wholeness to a household when a man comes into a household and operates in his position, because that's the way that it's supposed to be, period. So it's not about just beneficial to the woman, it's beneficial to even the man to have a help meet. It's beneficial to the man to be able to be in the household with a woman that he love enough to even come into the household knowing that it's a child there. It's
Yeah, she would have to
beneficial to
be.
everybody.
She would have to be that great that he's willing to accept that, love.
Yeah, that's what you said
Because
earlier. I
it
said
does.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
He
That
have to be able to
it
accept it.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't benefit him at all, because he's not going to be able to bring order to that situation 9 times out of 10, because it's not his child.
But
So if
that's
he's
not
sitting there,
true necessarily.
it is, because if his parenting style is different from yours, there's going to be conflict in your relationship now. Yes, that's always true, because men believe in
But there should be
discipline.
communication when it comes to it as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so.
There should be
yeah, but it's not.
communication between the mom and the stepfather on how things will go. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the way that you have discipline, maybe you like physical discipline and you're like, you about to go run a mile. You know what I'm saying? Maybe yours is and I might be the person that kind of lets everybody go.
I was raised
It
off of ass whoopings, that
I was
old
raised
school
off the
black
ass
people
whoopings
movie.
So,
too. I
so
was raised off the ass whoopings too, but you know, it has to make sense. You know what I mean? And let's
It,
say
it,
it's
it
something
makes
that
sense.
it needs to get an ass whooping. I'll whoop their ass. If it's
Listen,
something that, if we're
it made
married,
sense. It makes sense to all of us. If
if
you
we're
if you grew up
married,
in a household where your mom, grandma, father, you know, most of the time father's not gonna whoop the daughters because of just
right,
how gentle y'all are. But for them sons, they gonna put belt to that ass, and that shit is necessary for the kids because you don't want your kids getting the 13, 14. They done got some size on them, and they acting like them kids that jumped that lady in Chicago. They wilding out. They don't listen. Like that discipline instills. It instills discipline mentally, and longer down the line, they understand consequence. Without
right,
that, they're lacking. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why our youth is so fucked up today, because of the lack of belt to that ass. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I got big enough, we're not getting whoopings no more. And my mom, 5'2", I'm 5'9", 5'10" at that time, maybe or got to this height now, my junior year. Man, I still feared my mom as far as disappointing her because of those ass whoopings. It wasn't because she can't, physically do that shit to me no more, but that disciplined me enough to understand that I don't want to act out or do no fucked up shit that's going to result in a consequence that make my parents look bad. That discipline instills kind of like an honor. You know what I'm saying? It does. And if you don't have that authority, then you're not running that household.
But
Yeah.
then that would mean that your household is out of order. Sorry, D. Marachi, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I said it. It just means that your household is out of order. If that's the case, then it need to be in order. Because if you bring somebody in and they're a man, then you need to let them be a man. And it takes.
Everybody don't feel that way. Like they're gonna let you be a man when it comes to them, but we're talking about their child, not your child,
Yeah,
their child.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
I have a daughter, so mine is a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can come in and maybe you could say something. You know what I mean? You might be able to tell her something,
See?
but as a girl, you know what I mean? Even growing up, my dad probably gave me two whoopings my whole life.
I never see my dad with my sisters. Go ahead, though.
You
I
know
ain't
what
mean
I'm
to.
saying? So even
Yeah.
as a man coming in with me having a daughter, it's like it don't even matter because there is not that discipline is going to be there. If she needs her ass whooped, I got you. Tag me in, coach. I got you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if it's some shit that maybe you need to talk to her about, she really fucked up and I don't know about it yet, tell her. Tell her what's up. Tell her she's fucking up. What the fuck? That's like, yeah.
But
But since I
but
don't have
you
a
know,
son.
you guys respectfully are proving the point right here. And this is what men have to go through. You guys are saying you may allow him to do that. This is like with the man being the head, and he's making decisions and he's doing things in behalf of the household. He has the final say in how that household, how it runs. And disciplining doesn't always mean physical disciplining, like I'm putting belt to. It could be correcting action,
Right.
like when they say disciplinary action in school. You don't have teachers and principals whooping you.
Right. Right.
Correcting
When
bad.
I started elementary, we used to get paddles, bro. Up until like fourth grade, they really used to let them put belt to ass or wood to ass to our kids in schools.
Damn, what
Yeah,
year
they
was
did
that?
used
We
to
don't
have
grow up in
those.
those times now. We like
Oh yeah, of
we,
course, of course. You
we,
can't even do that
so
for real with your real kids anymore.
They
so
allow you to
yeah,
do it, you just can't leave no marks.
Shit.
but
Boy,
see,
I wish it was like that when I grew up.
You had
so
whelps on your face? Sorry,
Not
D
on my face,
Marachi.
on my arms and shit for sure.
Sorry,
Go
D
ahead, bro.
Marachi. Sorry.
so so yeah, so with that being said, and he never said high value men don't do that. He said he doesn't. He just called himself a high value man. But let's just take a high value man that he had. What is the qualities of a high value man? You got one that's confident, you got one with integrity, financial responsibility, commitment to self-improve, desirable personality, and professional life. So that wouldn't be a wise decision as someone high value to take on, and no matter how we cut and slice it, to take on responsibilities to where it's a liability. It's a cost. Like, to take care of these kids is a cost. And as a high value man, you want to give value out of things. Look at things as an asset. That may not be an asset at the end of the day. That may be a liability, or in today's terms, baggage. And people like to carry light when they go out of state.
Shit, I don't even take bags with me, man. I shop when I get there, pimp.
Right. You gotta pay for that luggage when you gotta check it in. So that's what it is in this scenario. And he's saying he doesn't want to have to deal with the baggage that it comes with. And we look at baggage as a bad thing, but there's responsibility when you have kids. We have to be honest here.
Well put, my friend.
Well, there's only in the United States about 8.8% of millionaires. So it's not like the majority of the people that can choose whether they want to be in those type of relationships. It's not like it's a majority. So
Love. Hold
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Love.
but high value has nothing to do with what you earn. It's not your money value.
It's a part
only
of it.
part.
I know.
It's only a part.
Yeah, but that part wouldn't be millionaires. That part would be more
Right.
to the 100,000aires.
It would probably be less than 8.8% if we start putting in all the other values that come into play. Because character, once you start making so much money, it's a lot of people start getting prideful and thinking that they can't be told nothing. It's a lot of times when people make a lot more money, it's harder to even get them out of their normal day to day, the way that they think and everything, especially if it's an older man.
That's
So
bullshit.
I'm sure
No,
that
me.
I'm sure that the 8.8% is actually less once you start putting in characteristics.
Nah, that's bullshit. I don't know where you got that from. Men
From
sacrifice
myself.
on the men, yeah, you had to. That's a scary movie in the back of your head, man. Men
Everybody don't have
sacrifice.
good character.
But I mean, that's on you if you can't choose nobody with good character, right? Or a good person,
No, I'm
right?
saying everybody doesn't have good character. So the 8.8% that are millionaires, I'm sure it's less actually when we start putting in the characteristics to make them a high value man, is what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
sure
but
it's less.
there's less than 5% of women that could even get with a millionaire. So let's be realistic about that. That's just out of the equation. Like I said, drop it down to about $100,000 a year, which construction workers make, right? Which you can find a bunch of positions, especially hands-on skill shit, plumbers, shit like that women don't find as high value, make in the upper 10% of earnings during the year. So if we're just talking about earnings, that's earnings. If we're talking about character, and that's what we're on when we're considering high value, I don't think making more money changes any man's character. Because like I said, when it comes to dealing with women, we're the first to start putting sacrifices on the line. We take y'all out. We pay for the dates. We pay for everything. So that commitment will be there. It's not going to be hard to get time from a nigga that's really into you. I don't care if he got $100 million. That $100 million motherfucker's going to make time for someone he's interested in. The same way he makes time for business.
So, okay. So let's take what Love said, right? And let's do the person that they make 100,000. So 100,000, right? you know you're not going to get that whole 100,000. You know 30% is going to be cut off,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, for
Which is
sure.
70,000. So this is 70,000 with no bills and all of that. And we live in a world where we have to pay bills and do stuff. Now, for the average kid, is anywhere from $12,000 to $30,000 per kid that you have to take care of each year. So let's take 70,000 to 12,000. That's $58,000, right? And then just say if you have to take care of that woman, right? Let's do another 12,000. And I'm being
Hell
light.
nah.
Hold on.
That's very light.
Plug. I'm being light. So 12, so that's already 24,000 from the 70. It's 46,000.
They hearing nails add up to about 12,000 a year, along with all the covering up they do.
That's true.
So at a base, you're talking about someone that was a $70,000 person that brought home something is now reduced to a $46,000 person.
And that ain't even including the rent or none of that type of shit.
But
Yeah,
who
you
was
still
taking
just
care of the
going
kid
through.
before?
Say that again.
Who was taking care of the kid before? The
She
mama?
was.
So why she ain't taking care of the kid now still? It should be a shared expense. So instead of 12,000, it may be 6,000. You know what I'm saying?
But
If y'all are
we're
coming together, it's not just gonna be you taking care of everything. Like,
you're right, Mimi. But we got to put it in its context. We're talking about a high value man. So this is someone that's looking to be a provider throughout. If it was a split household, yes. But we're talking about a high value man. And we're only going based off of what he said in the video.
mhm.
So you're talking about a $46,000 person now to a 70,000. That is a $24,000 difference. That is a significant difference.
I mean, depending on, it's a lot of factors that go into that we haven't discussed. One being, where are you living, and you making 100,000, and that's considered as high value. I
I
don't know.
took I took what you said when you said a high value was 100,000, and I used that as an
Oh
example.
no, that was
That's
that
what
was
came from.
That's
plug.
the
That was
standard.
plug.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
standard. But okay, if you're taking that same $100,000 job that you will be making that $100,000 in Minnesota, that'll be equivalent here, like a plumber here is making well over 150 an hour. Okay, so they're going to be making roughly about $1.50 to $1.75 here. But that's still
okay.
equivalent when you're talking cost of living. That's still equivalent to the rest of the country's 100,000. But it would be
Right.
more money here that they would make for sure.
Right.
I
Right. I'm
was.
just using
Oh, go
a,
ahead.
a base example. But
I
to make
understand. I understand what you're saying, though. You just saying, why would somebody want to take on additional expenses? But to me, a high value man, if they really, want to move forward with someone, they're not even going to be concerned about expenses. That's me. I don't
Yeah,
think a
because
high value man is concerned about expenses.
love, love.
Go ahead.
yes
I
they
have
are.
to strongly
Yes,
Disagree.
disagree
yes,
with you
Okay.
yes.
because
See,
because a high value man, he's rationally and he's taking that into consideration before making a decision.
Right, but it's so rare to find a woman, period, as a high value man. It's already going to be hard because you have those thoughts in your mind like, do the person only want me for money and all of this? It's things that we're not taking into account. And once they do
Right.
find the woman, I'm just saying, if that woman has a child and this man has is wealthy, because I think wealth more so than just a dollar amount, if is considered as a high value man, because like you
Ye-
said, a high value man is very probably wise with their funds. They probably stick to different budgets and things, got investments and all of that. It's not just about money, it's about a whole
it-
plethora of things that make a high value man. So
right.
if it's
And
very rare for a high value man to find someone, and once they do link with that person, if that person say, I have a child, I don't think it's gonna matter.
and he's
You have
taking
that
in, he's
100%
taking in,
backwards.
yeah, he's taking consideration. Is this a benefit for me?
Okay,
He's
Yes.
that makes sense.
he's
And,
analyzing that, and he's saying, yo, is it worth it? Not just money wise, but time.
All the
Is
factors
it
that go
time
into a
to,
relationship and building up a child or
yeah,
helping
because
with it.
and I think the main thing you're
That makes
confused
sense.
about is the more wealth you have as a man, the more options you have. So high value men, it's not hard for them to find women at all. Like I think it's a struggle for all of us to find quality women. But however, they don't have the same option problems or handicaps that a regular guy has.
They don't
A
have a
regular
problem with
guy,
the options. You right. You right. They
yeah,
have a plethora of options, but the value of the options, I don't know. I
I
can't
mean,
say I agree.
yeah, well, I mean, like I said, the quality is just not there as a total. Especially if we're talking about our culture, the women, the quality is not. It's not a lot of quality women. Period in this modern era. It's just not. So that's a struggle we all gonna go through. But the more wealthy you are, the more options are going to be available to you. The more people who you might have, somebody who's on your financial group in your company that has a niece that's 30 years old with no kids, he's 40. That's they're going to have that option. They're going to point that woman in that man's direction. You know what I'm saying? So the more you make, trust me, the more options you have. The
Yeah,
quality
you
is
have
cool.
more options. I agree with that. I agree. You
Yeah, the
have more
quality's just
options.
the quality's just trash. Period. Like what I'm saying. It's not a lot of quality. There's not a lot of those Claire Huxtables no more. And don't you bring up the hate on Claire. Don't do it. Don't
I'm
do it.
not gonna bring it up. But
Yeah, don't.
anyway, I just think the evaluation process is totally different from a man who is wealthy versus when it comes to him even choosing a woman. I think the evaluation is different, and it's probably more strict. I don't think it's as easy as just seeing a beautiful woman and going with it, especially when you have a
Well,
lot to manage. Like you have a lot
nah,
to manage as a wealthy man.
no, a wealthy. You got all type of wealthy niggas, and I'm gonna tell you this, man. Most of the wealthy niggas are the simps. They are the losers. They are the lames. They are the ones that lead with their money. That's the majority of wealthy niggas because they have no other value themselves but their wealth. So that's the majority of the wealthy motherfuckers. When we're talking high value, once again, it is not a financial standard. It is all the other things that come with that. That whole list D. Marachi just gave to y'all. That's what comes with high value. And I keep thinking, what I keep hearing from you is just the financial part. It's not
No,
just the financial. So we're talking about the cream of the crop when it comes to men,
I
not
totally
because of
understand
wealth.
that. I
Yeah, not because
understand
of
that.
wealth. Right, not because of wealth, but because of how they carry themselves.
Which
And
is why they want to be
that
even more cautious. That's all
that
I'm saying. They
and,
want to
and
be cautious.
and that's why he said in the video, when the lady host was like, "Oh yeah, is it just your money?" He said, "No, it's my character."
I understood that part. That's why I said along with the money, along with that, the other characteristics.
Y'all hear Echo?
Yo, plug, that's you. Echo.
Okay, let me try something real quick.
Yo, yeah, we good. Nah, still echo.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
that's better.
We're good.
Yeah. Just basically I understand it's not just wealth. I'm saying all those characteristics when a man is whole, he know who he is. He not only is wealthy, but he has great decision making. He's wise. He's going to be careful on who he get with. And once he find the rare woman that he's looking for, that's even that attests more to what I'm saying. Even if when he find that woman and she say I have a kid, he gonna be like, shoot, let's rock. Because I already done been through all the plethora and they didn't match what I'm looking for. That's all I'm
You
saying.
don't understand men stand 10 toes down on their decision making. If that man is telling you he's not dating a woman with a child, the other chick that started was the one that I guess was the hookup was supposed to be between them two. That she was no longer in the picture. And you're 9 times out of 10 going to find out that a woman has a child on the first date. This is not something that you find out in the after the getting to know you process. You're going to notice immediately. At that point, he found out she had a kid. He checked out. So no, that's what I'm telling you. No, it's very difficult for a woman like that to change a nigga like his mind because you're gonna have the opportunity to be around him enough to show your character, to show your value to him, and then he would consider that. But as far as this the spontaneous dating or in the dating field, that's a red flag for him.
Yeah.
And
And
that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, D Marachi.
no,
That's
go
his
ahead, love.
That's his preference. There's nothing wrong with
Right,
that.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was just speaking about the other, men, but yeah, because we started going into just, men in general, not just him.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he basically and again, it didn't say this in the video, but he's probably dated women that have had kids and has probably had a bad experience. Now I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but like he's also said in the video as well, that was key. He's seen his mother, which was a single mother as well, that has gone through it. And he's like, yo, I do not want to date someone that was like my mother and me as a kid in this situation. He looked at his situation and said, I do not want to be a part of this. And I'm out. So we don't know what his background is other than his mother being a single mother. And he decided not to do it. We don't know the exact reason.
Right. I mean, I agree with him as far as learning from your situation. I mean, when you're raised by your parents and you see your parents going through struggles and stuff, as you grow up, you're going to make a choice. Either you're going to do the same thing that they have done or you're going to do something different. And that's in all the aspects of what you see in your parents' growth. You with your parents since you're born, all throughout your life, if it's that type of situation where your parents is around. So you get to know your parents, your parents. You could see, you know. So yeah, I mean, obviously he saw something that he, wasn't in agreement with. And he's standing on that. That's fine. That's fine. Once you make up your mind and you know what you want, then you should do that. But it's not really that many men in his position or of a high value man. It's not that many of them. So
So can I
I
ask?
I just want to give the viewers hope. Like
No, but
you're
can I
lying to
ask?
him. You're lying to him, man.
Can I
I
ask a
said it's not
question?
that many of them. There's not that many high value men.
Can I ask a
They don't
question
have any
to
hope.
me
That's what
or
I'm
love?
saying.
Oh my fault. Can I ask a
Go ahead, Pip.
question to you guys? And we want to be brutally honest here. Do you think that how could I say it? I'm just gonna say it anyway. Do you think that single mothers is a mistake?
Yes, nobody wanted to be like a single mother unless they like literally were single and weren't in a relationship but wanted a baby. Like
I agree.
everybody wants to have a two-person household.
A family, yeah.
I
What
So
grew
what
up in a
would you do
two-parent
differently?
household. Why would I not want, that to be the case with my kid? Like hell no.
So what would you do differently?
It's a patience thing at the end of the day, depending on what ages both parents are and everything. Especially if both parents are young, it's a patience thing. Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes on both ends, sometimes it's not patience either from the woman or from the man, either or, and then it just don't work out because it take
Yeah.
patience for people to get into their roles, especially if you young when you have a child, you know.
Hmm. Okay, I'll say this. Um, I had a baby at 19. I was so young. Your mindset is
Mhm.
so different compared to being 23 when you have your baby, being
Mhm.
21 when you have your baby. I was 18 pregnant, 19 when I had a baby. It happened. It was really a one night stand. So that's the thing that I would do different. Obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when we tried to work it out, we weren't compatible. And it was because of that situation. So
So
obviously we would want to
obviously we
have a
would want to have
two parent
two
household,
parent
but
household, but
yeah, sometimes it just don't happen.
yeah.
the one time the one time I don't put my phone on do not disturb, my dumb ass.
We live and
Yo,
learn.
it's an echo again.
You gotta put your
You gotta
headphones
put
back
your
in.
headphones back in.
Y'all said it's an echo again?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's whack.
whole fucking show didn't have no echo until that point. Am I good? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
Yeah.
can.
you're good. Now you just got to show your screen. There you go. Yeah, so in that scenario, yeah, we're gonna be active at the end of the day. And he also said there were contraceptives. He also said, abortion as well. That's something I don't agree with, abortion, but that's an option at the end of the day. And there are how many contraceptives, plug? We
For
did a
women,
video on this. How many
for women,
contraceptives are there?
for women is 67.
Wow.
How many for men?
Two.
Do you guys know what that does to women bodies? I'm just curious.
Um, I don't know.
D
You know what I'm
Marachi's
saying?
cheesing like a mug. This the first time I didn't seen them teeth.
Yeah.
You
I
must
think
have
I
heard this before or something.
No, I want you to say it. What does these contraceptives
No,
do?
I'm asking, do you guys know what it does to people body? I'm asking, do you know
No,
what it does? Because the way you said 67 is like, you was like, yeah, so
67,
basically
yeah.
y'all need to
Get
get
on
on one
it.
of them 67. But no, it can cause ulcers. It can cause bleeding that is like nonstop throughout the month and throw off your regular body cycles and things
Yeah.
like that. It could cause anemia, which can also go into other things. It could cause a lot of health issues, basically. I'm not a doctor, but
there's
I'm just saying
67 different forms, so I'm sure all of
there
them
are
don't cause
67
that.
different forms, and all of them, if they're stopping a woman from getting pregnant and you're putting it inside your body, all of them cause issues in some way, even death. Why would you want a woman to put something in her body that could cause her to
So
die?
so
When
so
you
let me tell
guys,
you.
when the two that you
So so
guys
so
have
what do
is
condoms cost?
simple, Just
What
put
the, what the condoms? What the condoms
just put
called?
on the condom. That's what I'm saying. Put on the
Okay.
condom. And then maybe think twice about having sex before you have sex, knowing that the condom could bust.
No, what the fuck? You just put this
So
on the
wait a
Like,
man.
minute.
how you
No,
just
you got
gonna tell us to put
no,
stuff
no,
in
no,
our
no, no. We're
bodies
we're talking
that could
about.
cause us to die?
So you were never on birth control and never in your
I
life?
was when I was younger. I was
Okay,
when I
then.
was
So you
younger.
done? Okay, so
But it caused me to have breakouts. It caused a lot of bad stuff to my body. So I stopped doing that and I just stopped I just stopped being, trying to do all of that.
the
It make
moral of
you
the
think
story is,
twice.
love, without all the symptoms that this may cause, is there's 67 different ways for you to prevent this from happening for a woman. There's two
Yeah.
different ways for a man. So together we form a 69, not in a sexual way, but 69 different ways of stopping a pregnancy from happening.
Hmm.
Okay, period. Those out of 69 ways, there's got to be some that's healthier than others. That's all I'm saying. And they need to
Yeah,
be
the
more,
natural way, not having
they need
sex.
to be utilized right now. In the cases of what y'all was talking about, as far as being in a relationship, the relationship fails, and then you end up being a single parent. From that, that's unfortunate, And my question would be, what and I'm not asking y'all personally. My question would be though to females that's in that situation, what was the turning point? And were the kids really considered the priority from both parents before the decision was made to split? So even in the case of, which I'm not against because all relationships don't work out, but even in the case of um, the two parents splitting up, I still think it should be a high level of co-parenting going on. That father should be in that child's life no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of these cases, we don't see that. So I just be thinking it's a lot of foul play involved. Now, if that man is involved in that child's life efficiently, able to spend time with that child, then it's just unfortunate things that happen in life. We learn from them shits. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think in a whole, because we got to wrap this up. I know you got to make a hard pull in 5 minutes, love. I think in a whole, what D. Marachi is saying, and I think the sentiments of what that man was saying about not repeating the processes over and over again, I just think that a lot of women should consider, and then, not having kids until there's a serious commitment on the line. You're married. You're planning to get married. You guys have realized that you're in a relationship. We all know we freaky as a motherfucker and love sex, especially our culture. So that's very hard to do. You got to be very disciplined with it. Shit, short story before we get up out of here. I'm gonna allow everybody to make some closing statements. I got in a fight one day with my ex because we was in year number 2, and I was still pulling out on her. And I didn't understand that at all. I'm like, yo, I'm not ready to have kids. I'm not in a position financially to be able to afford this type of shit. But in her mind, she was on something totally different. But I'm not going to let anybody force me into a committed situation when I ain't ready. So I kept skeeting on her ass like it was a porn flick. Don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I'm going to prevent myself from being in that situation. That's me personally. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can let's round it up so we can make our moves. Y'all busy ass high value men and women on here. Y'all ain't got no time for old plug no more. Y'all bad and bougie, motherfuckers.
So, again, thank you, Plug, and thank you, ladies, for allowing me to come on this platform again, share my opinions. Definitely appreciate it. As far as the first topic goes, like, men are not gonna go for just what is it, women providers. And naturally embedded in us, we are providers at the end of the day, and we are willing to accept whatever comes with it. So we shouldn't be in a position to where a woman has to solely provide for us. And then as far as within the second video, high value men, we have standards. And again, like, that's his choice on whether he wants to date whomever he wants to date at the end of the day. And just be particular on who you choose at the end of the day. And it's not all about money, but it's about the character as well, integrity. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's good to commune with you guys and fellowship on these good old topics. Um, Thank you, Plug, for having me back on. And it was good to see you, D. Marachi and Mimi. Um, the first topic, just to sum up, my thoughts. Um, there are some sugar mamas out there in the world. And it's hard out here for y'all men. So I understand if that's what the woman like, that's what the man like. Sometimes I just come to the understanding. I get it. I know the role of a man, and unfortunately, some people we don't know our roles, so things like that will happen. But if there's some agreement there, and that's what you guys want to do, then hoorah, enjoy.
Hoorah.
Enjoy. As far as the second topic that we went over, it's okay for anyone to have their preferences. I think over time and based off of what we go through, like the man was saying on the clip, because of his experiences and things, that's his choice and that's fine. There's I just me personally, I just think that there's not that many high value men, number one. And yes, they have a lot of options. So I just think once you find a person after, I guess, a date or two, when they tell you that they have a child, if you really connecting like that, you might give in and let it ride, take that liability and see how it works, just like you do with your investments. It's an investment. Um, and
He
that's
better
all
be
that I
he,
need to say.
he better be a gambler. Go
Oh.
That's
ahead, Mimi.
all.
Did we lose Mimi? Oh, there she go.
No. Somebody call me. I was able to click it up. But in closing, you know what? If if the man want to make that money on the side, if he want to sell a little ass,
Where did this go?
and he okay with it, cool. We gonna let him do that. But as far as preference and stuff like that, in the second conversation, everybody's entitled to have your preference. But grab you a single mom and make her your mamacita. You know what I mean? And that's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for having me.
Y'all are disgusting. We gonna get the fuck out of here because it's past all y'all bedtime, man. Y'all are wild. Thank y'all for coming on again and kicking it with your boy. Man, y'all know the rules. You ain't gotta go home. You gotta get the fuck out of here. This is Plug Talk 4. Peace and blessings to y'all.
Blessings.
Peace.
Yeah, y'all terrible, man. Yeah, it's terrible.
We're still live.
Let me watch your button clicking.